Finally, some new fresh air will be brought into WWE, especially on the Raw roster, with the WWE Draft reportedly returning in August of this year. Currently, the plan for the 2021 WWE Draft is to hold Night 1 on Monday, August 30th during Raw, Night 2 on Friday, September 3rd during SmackDown, according to the Mat Men podcast. The August 30th Raw is currently scheduled for the Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City, and the September 3rd SmackDown is currently scheduled for the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida. So this is specifically, most importantly, for Raw, it affects them the most because they've been the most stagnant show of all. SmackDown's been solid, but it's mostly just all about Roman Reigns on SmackDown. So maybe the undercard needs a little bit of a shakeup there, may help out. But the overall roster on Monday Night Raw definitely needs a shakeup. And this is the perfect opportunity for them to shake that show up and make it fresh, make it actually watchable and not just useless as it is right now, and just repeat of every single match every single week. So this is going to be awesome, the draft. Hopefully they do it correctly this year and Raw gets a big time shakeup and it becomes a better show. I'm not asking for it to be better than SmackDown, because if Reigns stays on SmackDown, then Reigns is obviously going to make the show better than any other show. So at least Monday Night Raw will have something better than what they're putting out now. So we'll see. So at the end of August, end of the summer, we'll see after SummerSlam a draft and everything be shook up. Now, let's get to this right here. WWE has big plans for Roman Reigns and the Usos at SummerSlam. All right, so the plan is now, with Reigns defending his Universal Championship against Rey Mysterio at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, we're told that the Usos versus Mysterio's feud will continue into the summer, and the idea is that Jimmy and Jay will eventually be on board with Reigns' vision, and they will win the SmackDown Tag Team titles by SummerSlam. Now, a WWE source told Wrestling News Co., obviously, the plan is to build up Roman so fans see him as being on that level of Cena and The Rock, but this is also about making Jimmy and Jay look strong, and we will get there by SummerSlam. This will be a tight-knit unit in a few months. Now, this is awesome stuff. I've been waiting for this for a while, the whole Bloodline thing to finally become an actual thing, and with Jimmy finally coming back into the fold and being back on SmackDown, I'm just waiting until Jimmy kind of bides in and acknowledges Reigns and they become the whole entire crew. All three of them holding the championships will be an awesome faction. It'll be up there with, a faction like the Shield, hopefully, and Evolution and everything like that. Those types of factions, it'll be up there with those, and in terms of how good they will be. And I can totally see it happening, where all three of them will hold the championships and they'll have a major run on SmackDown and kind of just run through the whole roster on SmackDown, especially. This is gonna be awesome stuff. So this is true, and I'm assuming they'll probably set something up big for SummerSlam, like with the rumored Reigns versus Cena at SummerSlam, and maybe the Usos winning the tag team titles there and helping Reigns beat Cena in the main event, and the Bloodline finally forming there completely, and all three on the same page with Jimmy and Jay, watching the back of the Tribal Chief. It's gonna be awesome stuff. I just really hope they do it. I hope they go through with it. I hope nothing derails that, like an injury, God forbid, and somebody gets hurt and it doesn't happen. It seems like that's where it's headed. I'm interested to see how the turn will happen for Jimmy to finally acknowledge Reigns. What will cause the shift for Jimmy to acknowledge Reigns? And I guess, be like his brother, which he keeps criticizing his brother for the way he's acting with Reigns. I just can't wait to see. I want to see how WWE works the change and the shift in the nature of Jimmy Uso to acknowledge Reigns. It's going to be good stuff, and hopefully this does come to fruition. Now, let's get to this next story. Possible spoiler on WWE pairing a superstar with Eva Marie on Raw. So we're still waiting for Eva Marie to debut on Monday Night Raw with the vignettes that have been going on and seeing what her actual role is. Remember, we were saying in a previous News and Rumors episode that she was going to be there as with somebody on her side to catapult another female superstar by using her. Now, it's talking about an NXT superstar, Mercedes Martinez, or NXT UK superstar Piper Niven. Yeah, this really isn't the best thing ever. I mean, I think if she's going to come in, they need somebody who's going to be able to harness that heat she's going to have. And I'm not sure if these two are the individuals to harness that. Mercedes Martinez currently in a feud with Xia Li there. And Niven last wrestled in mid-March, teaming with Jack Stars for a win over Ginny and Joseph Connors in the first ever NXT UK mixed tag team match. So we'll see what happens. I don't really think it's that great, either of those two. I think she's just coming by herself, to be honest with you. She needs somebody that's going to be able to harness all the heat that she gives off, and that's the main thing. And her coming back as like a manager, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I think, all these vignettes for a manager seems kind of ridiculous. So I don't think they're really going to go that route, to be honest with you. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me for them to go that route. but those are the reports. I just don't really understand it. It's saying there's been talk of Eva having some muscle of some sort by her side. So this could be her not being a manager, but being an in-ring competitor and having a larger woman next to her, an intimidating woman, you know, to be her muscle, kind of like how Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez were at the beginning, something like that. Maybe that'd be better. I don't think she'd be a manager or kind of like just decide to try to get somebody else over. That could happen eventually where, you know, she has a muscle and then they do the bodyguard classic Diesel, Shawn Michaels thing that they've been doing for years, that's still popular for them to do, is have the muscle, have the bodyguard, and then the eventual turn and they feud against each other. We could see that happening, but I'm not super excited about her return right now because I was excited that she would come back by herself and just have massive heat like when she left the first time. But I think if they saddle her with somebody else, I think it's going to hurt her in the long run, and it may not have the same effect that they wanted it to before she left. So let's get to this final story here, and it's the potential rumor killer on the speculation of WWE sales. So this is the hot button thing everybody's been talking about. Is WWE selling? Is Disney buying them? Is NBC Universal going to buy them? The releases, everything like that. What's going to happen? The budget cuts, all of that stuff like that. Now say, okay, so the story reads, WWE has made 3 separate rounds of talent cuts over the past few months. Besides firing dozens of office workers as a part of a major corporate restructure, the budget cuts have fueled speculation of WWE potentially selling the company, with former wrestlers such as CM Punk and the Blue Meanie stirring the pot. In an update, said they've spoken to several investors regarding WWE sale rumors, and not one of them believe a transaction is on the cards, is what the tweet said right here. I talked with 5 people in the WWE investor community in the last 24 hours about the notion that the company's recent actions indicate they're preparing for a sale. Not one of them thought so. Even the stock price is no selling wrestling Twitter. So you see the stock price not doing all that great. So yeah, I don't think they're going to sell. It would make a ton of sense. It's a ridiculous, I think it's a ridiculous notion for him to sell to an outsider like that. A wrestling promoter, be honest with you, he's still a wrestling promoter. He's operates a massive corporation, but he's still at heart a wrestling promoter. He's in the wrestling business, lifelong wrestling business. That's why he has his kids involved in it. I mean, why sell if you have your kids deeply involved in it? You have Triple H, you have Stephanie McMahon, you have Shane McMahon. They're all deeply involved in the product itself. I don't see them selling. Definitely not. If they do sell, I think it'll be a disaster. I think the company will go down the drain. If somebody from the outside of the wrestling business were to take over the company, it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. But this is a little bit of a rumor killer on the speculation of the sale. We'll see how more things play out, but I don't think a sale's coming whatsoever. I highly, highly, highly doubt it. We may see a changing of the guard a little bit. Maybe, you know, somebody else takes a little bit more control of the company, the day-to-day, rather than Vince McMahon. But the buck's always going to stop at Vince McMahon. Until the man is in the ground and dead is the only way that company's going to change whatsoever when it comes to who makes the final decisions. So that's the news and rumors for today, guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Make sure you drop a like on this one, hit the chair in the corner, and sub to the channel. Stay tuned tonight for our Monday Night Raw reaction and review. Tomorrow, you already know, you have news and rumors, and then you have the NXT reaction and review right after the show. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.